So our back width measurement from the measurement table, once you get to see the figure, you divide it by 2. Alright, so 8.2, you divide it by 2. That will give us 4.15. Alright, so you mark it, then you go to your waist. Ensure you go to your waist after you've marked the 2 edges on the back width length. Alright, then you go to your waist, then you mark the 4.1. This now gives you the center. Now it's with this center you are able to get the dart for your back. Alright, so this is the center of the back. Alright, this is our waist. Okay, so now we have to determine our dart. Now for a plus size you use 2. Okay, for a plus size you use 2, then you divide it by 2, okay, which is 1 and 1. Alright, then you mark it as for someone who is on the plus side. We roll it all the way to the back width. And we now have our back darts. Alright, so now we have to determine our bust point. Okay, so for the bust measurement, you get the bust measurement from the table, then you divide it by 4, which is 10. So this is our bust measurement. Then now to determine the waist, same thing, you get the measurement from the measurement table, then you add plus 1, which is 1 inch, then divide it by 4. This will give us the exact measurement. So remember the dart. Okay, so after getting the measurements, which is 8.25, remember the dart, so you need to add the 2 inch. You need to add the 2 inch, okay, away from the initial waist measurement, so that you don't lose the actual waist measurement. Alright, so this is a 2 inch. Alright, then you mark it 2. Okay, so you use these 2 measurements, which is the dart. Remember, it's the dart. Okay, so don't forget that it's as important, very important, so that it gives you that shape. It gives the clients that shape. Then now we roll and join every edge together. Alright, so we join from the shoulder all the way to the back width, then from the back width all the way to the bust line. Alright, so ensure you get a perfect curve. Alright, so this is it, a very clean curve. So you can either use your hand or you can use a French curve. So that's it for the back measurement of the back pattern. Alright, so this is your back pattern. Now for a slimmer person, we can use 1 inch. Okay, for someone who is slim, we can use 1 inch, then divide the 1 by, divided by 2, which should give us half and half. As for a slimmer person, you decide to use it's okay to use 1 inch, okay, for a slimmer person. Then for a plus size, you use the 2. Alright, so I just needed to show you. Okay, and that's it. So for the slimmer person, you use this 1 inch, and for a plus size you use the 2 inch. So we are done with the back pattern drafting. So that's all about it. Alright, so now we're moving to the front pattern. Okay, so the first thing to do is to get our between bust, which is also called the nipple to nipple. Okay, alright, but before we do that, we'll have to get our bust line again for the front width, which is 10. Alright, so now that we've gotten our bust line, which is 10, we can now get our between bust, which is 3. Okay, so it's 7 on the table, so dividing it by 2 will give you 3.5. Alright, so then we'll mark on the waist as well, so we can get a straight line. Now this between bust determines the center of our front pattern or our front bodies. Okay, they also call a front panel. Alright, so rule a straight line, so that's the center now. Okay,